A mother with the three daughters, she always wanted the best for them. She always wanted them to be different from any other kid there. So she was always pushing them to do their best. She was working hard to make them do best. She didn't want them to be like any other kid there. So whenever these three daughters got a degree at any exam, they get home trying to tell their mom. They're very excited because they probably got like 18 out of 20 or something. So the first question their mother gonna ask is, who got higher? So these three daughters always worked so hard to impress their mom. The first one, the eldest, was trying too hard to become like the perfectionist. She always wanted to be the best, so she was always studying, always working hard, always doing whatever she can just to not disappoint her mom. The second one also did good. She was always trying to get high degrees, do her best, whatever. But every exam she got through an anxiety. She started getting so stressed. She ended up very tired, very exhausted. And in the end, it's gonna lead her into depression or whatever. And we have the third one. The third one saw her other sisters, and she just couldn't compete with them, so she just gave up. And she lived in peace with this, She lived in peace with the idea that it's okay to be not great at school, whatever. And, this story is not against moms, because every mom wants the best for their children, no matter how it sounds. And this is all they can do. This is all they know. They don't know much. So we cannot attack them for this. We cannot hate them for this. So this small thing that's gonna affect the child really bad in the future. Because the child gonna grow up and be like, why nothing is going the way I want it to be? The child gonna say, why am I not perfect? Why I cannot be good at anything? Well, I know how it sounds. The person is not good at anything because they are not even trying. It's also called perfectionism. And I know it sounds like weird because the person is not perfect at anything. How they can be perfectionist? Well, this is how perfectionism is really bad and annoying at the same time, because the person gonna think if they are not gonna be doing the thing in perfect way, they're not gonna do it in the first place. For example, they're gonna enter relationships with some people, and if they go through fights or the other person made a small mistake, they're just gonna leave the person because they think, I didn't do this. Why this person doing this to me? Because if I don't do mistakes, why do they do mistakes? Because perfectionist people always gonna be thinking too much, always anxious, always stressed, always nervous, because they cannot do mistakes. This is what they are. So they're just gonna be stuck in their head in the loop. They're gonna just gonna be stuck there over and over and over. They gonna keep trying to, it's okay to do mistakes, but they cannot, because this is how they grow up in their head. They don't even know why they are like this, but they just ended up like this. There's not much you can do to any perfectionist, but the only way to get rid of this is to accept that you can do mistakes. Because imagine you're looking at a painting, the most famous paintings in life, okay? I'm not talking about these perfect type of art, but anyway, just take any art you want and get close to the painting and just keep looking at lines. These lines are not perfect. Every line is going in different direction. They're not going in the same direction, but if you go far from the painting, you're gonna look at it, you're gonna see how amazing it looks. It's the same in life. If you're just gonna be perfect at anything, what's that gonna make you? A robot. It's not really good. It's not very awesome. It's actually gonna ruin your life. You're gonna be without emotion. You're not gonna be anything, because you just want everything be in a certain way, and if anything end up in a different way, gonna be so pissed. You're just gonna leave everything because it did not go the way you want it to be. So just grab a paper and start writing your mistakes. Start writing your weakness. Don't show it to anyone, just keep it to yourself. Just think about it. It's okay to do mistakes. It's always okay to be whatever you are. It's okay to make bad decisions. We're human. We do these mistakes. If we don't accept it, we're just gonna end up depressed, anxious, sad, whatever. Just we're not gonna accept ourselves, and we're gonna end up hating ourselves. So this is why most people hate themselves here, because they are not accepting the way they are right now, because all the mistakes they did, which they think it's not okay to do mistakes. It is okay to do mistakes if you're not doing it on purpose. But some people do it not on purpose, which is totally okay. Like sometimes, for example, you break some important thing to you, and you're gonna hate yourself for this. You're like, why did I do this? Why wasn't I paying more attention for it? So it's like this. Just accept the way you are. Accept that we all do mistakes, and this is what make us the way we are right now. This is what make us care more. This is what make us love more. This is what make us like know more, this is what I'm saying. So acceptance that we are human and we do mistakes is the first step for this. And the second step, start writing your mistakes, and it's okay. And you don't need to be perfect at something to start it. It's okay to just start where you are. Start, even if, for example, you want to learn art, just start. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be this big artist. It's okay. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it to feel better. You're doing it because it sounds fun, and that's it. Okay. And that was it. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share everything. Bye. I hope that helped.